What's going on, everybody? Fall is here, or is it fake fall? That's the question. Welcome to the studio. Mike McFarland here. Going to give you guys a quick rundown, catch you up for the Tuesday, the first 2 days of September. Our first week of September, we are 77 and 80. That's our water temperatures. Beautiful. So the one on the clarity depends on where you are. Some turnover signs a little bit now that we've cool trended and had some light rain. And 401, 44, 401, 40 today is the lake level. So we are now about 1.5 feet below full pool, but we're in excellent condition typically for this time of year. The bass fishing actually is really starting to fire up, especially the smaller fish, the younger fish, the what we call unders, under the slot, the fish that are 10, 12, 14, 15 and a half inches, and some small slots, 17, 18 inch fish. They're really readily available right now. They've moved into the shallow waters, so the key is find the bait fish. And it's a big lake, so you gotta look, but you find the bait fish in the right kind of vegetation. If you do that, you can run across some pretty darn good bass fishing right now on Fork. Depending on the kind of day you're having, cloud cover, sunny or not, for me, it's going to decide, what you're going to do in that shallow water. Sun's shining high, think cover. Cloud cover type day, cloudy day, you might think spinner baits, moving baits, top water, stuff like that. In that shallow water, you may always think of top water anyways, it's fall. But overall, the bass fishing is definitely really picked up. The big fish are just starting to kind of come awake as well, seeing a fewer big fish move shallow. Some of the bigger fish are actually still deep and suspended in trees in like a late summer pattern. Weather-wise, it looks like, likeliness of warming back up again, certainly from where we are this week, the temperatures that we've had this week. We will get hot again. We are going to warm back up again. What will that do to the water temperature overall? It depends on how hot we get and really how cool those nights are. If the nights get hot again as well, we might see that temperature re-rise a whole bunch, but I say we're going to compromise and we're going to be sitting in the low 80s for the event that's coming here another week. A week from, you got this weekend to pre-fish, and then the event's coming, which when you say event, you're wondering, some of you wondering what, some of you already know what I mean. The big bass splash, all right? Here's a couple public tips that I like to help you guys out a lot, as much as I can anyways. And number one, I would focus more on unders. Try and catch good unders and cash checks. I think that's a better option when the way the lake is set up. Maybe get yourself a couple good unders, get a check or two, and then try and fire off and catch an over. I believe that the over is going to come from offshore. The under is definitely going to be shallow. Maybe a smaller overs coming from shallow water. But here's the thing. The overs they've been a lot fewer over the past few years. A lot. And in the past years, I've been able to target overs and actually catch my target. In the past 18 months, it's not been the case. It's just, you don't know. They're kind of more random. And I see that for everybody. So, you can go out there and definitely target the overs and try and win this thing. I would just go fishing. That's how I do it. I mix it up. So for your pre-fishing, look a little bit both places, shallow and deep. Have a shallow pattern, have a deeper big fish type spot, if you will. That's kind of my tip. Have a place you can go catch fish and have a good time, and then have maybe a big fish hole or two that you're just going to spend a little bit of time and kind of like rolling the dice in Vegas. Hey, you can and very easily get that big bite on Lake Fork. I've fished it many thousands of hours in just the right 15 minutes in the right place. You never know. All right. Okay, so again, keep in mind, mix it up a little bit. Drunk fishing, it's fall. Always try that moving baits first, reaction baits. If you're not getting bit, then go to the soft plastics. And remember, downsize just a little bit. If you see yucky water, you see browning, junk, yellow bubbles, look for better water. All right, that's what I got for you for bass fishing on Fork publicly. while I'm pulling up the crappie report, I want to give a big shout out to all the sponsors. Thank you so much to Captain Rick Murphy and TIFR as we get ready to close up our season. It's been a really fun year. There's only a couple more shows left, and we go into the off season. Here is Jackie Wiggins. The crappie on Lake Fork continues to be hot, even though the temperatures are dropping. Tremendous, degrees, 8 to 10 degrees we've lost in the lake. Cooling down into this fall transition. The fish are still out in the timber, 18 to 28 feet. So it looks like they're out farther offshore. They haven't made any moves, and they won't. They'll actually go into winter patterns and even go farther. He's seen some white crappie, a little bit shallower in the brush piles, 14 to 22 feet. And he said he's not seeing the black crappie stack up yet, but it won't be long, and the blacks will really get stacked up, almost like an early winter pattern. Hundreds, maybe more. But anyways, it definitely still there, kind of that late summer offshore pattern in the trees, 18 to 28 feet. If you want catfish, they are on the move. The catfish are actually moving deep finally. They're leaving those roosting tree areas. Catfish are going to the 18 to 28 foot creek channels, creek swings. They're following the shad, so just look to that deeper water, creek swings and stuff, and find those shad, those bigger, deep bulls of shad. You still probably want to chum just a little bit, throw a little bit of cattle cube, that maize, sour maize, just throw it at least a few hours before you fish. It's best to do it the day before, but you can actually really catch some good, healthy catfish right now, channel catfish. I know guys that go out and they just fill their freezer for the year. So they go out 2-3 days and they catch 25 per person for 2-3 days in a row, and they fill up their freezer with awesome fillets of catfish, fresh, right from Lake Fork. So anyways, thanks again. Appreciate you. Hit the like button if you found this good. Comment below. And if you've watched this all the way to the end, then maybe I can interest you in even more. There is an upgraded members-only channel. It gives much more details than this free public channel here does. It's $4.99. I think it might be $6.99 upon sign up, but it's $4.99 a month. As you can see, I've got a lot of baits on this table. In the members-only rundown, we give a lot more detail. Not only do I give more detail and specifics on Lake Fork, but we include 4 other fishing guides, sometimes 5 other fishing guides that give reports from Ray Hubbard, O.H. Ivy, Possum Kingdom, Lavon, Tawakoni, Athens, Palestine, much more. Bodart, Welsh, okay? So this members-only channel that I'm inviting you to is a plethora of fishing information. It's a fishing report, detailed weekly fishing report with much more details than you get here, all right? Look in the description below this video, click on the link, follow the procedure, come join us. We'd love to have you, all right? Excuse me. Other than that, I wish you all great fishing. I'll be back Thursday. We'll film Thursday, get you a video by Friday for this weekend. I know you're pre-fishing for the Big Bass Splash, and you're probably some of you even planning on fishing the Berkeley, which comes in October. So, thank you very much for watching. God bless, and I wish you all great fishing.